How are you guys doing? It is Saturday, August 22nd, 2020. I here in this quarantine. I'm James Sims, and for today, I'm just gonna go through the big games that happened yesterday, the elite performances. So there was playoff basketball yesterday, playoff hockey, and of course there was regular season baseball, WNBA. And what to look forward to tomorrow, especially Champions League final, of course, more playoff basketball, more playoff hockey, and I'll just take you through that. So first, I'm going to start off with playoff basketball. Yesterday, for the first game of the day, the Toronto Raptors were able to hold off the Brooklyn Nets and beat them 117-92, beating them by 25 to take a three-game lead in Game 3. Now they lead the series 3-0. First off, looking at the Nets, their center, Jared Allen, would finish with 4 points. He didn't shoot a single field goal all game, but he finished with 17 rebounds. Additionally, Tyler Johnson, their shooting guard, would lead the team in points with 23 points, shooting 8 for 15 from the field, 5 for 9 from 3 in 24 minutes. Off the bench, it would be their point guard. It would be Chris Chiozza, who would help score 14 off the bench. It just wasn't enough. For the Raptors, first off, their elite power forward Pascal Siakam would finish with 26 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 11 for 23 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3, 2 for 4 from the foul line. Additionally, their shooting guard Fred VanVleet would finish with 22 points, shooting 8 for 13 from the field, 6 for 10 from 3 with 5 rebounds and 5 assists. Serge Ibaka would be a big presence off the bench as he finished with 20 points and 13 rebounds in 23 minutes. He shot 8 for 12 from the field, 3 for 3 from 3, and he made his one free throw attempt of the game. And like I just said, the Toronto Raptors now take a 3-0 series lead over the 7-seed Brooklyn Nets without Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant on the night. Moving on to the second game from Friday, the Utah Jazz were able to beat the Denver Nuggets 124-87. In this 37-point win, the Utah Jazz were able to go up 2-1 over the third seed Denver Nuggets. Starting with the Nuggets, they just really couldn't get it going. Michael Porter Jr. had 7 points. Paul Millsap had 8. Torrey Craig had 8. Jokic had 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. He shot 6 for 13 from the field. Their elite center went 2 for 6 from 3 and made one of his 2 free throw attempts. Jamal Murray, their point guard, would finish with 12 points, shooting 5 for 16 in 27 minutes. He went 2 for 8 from the 3 line. He also had 5 points and 6 assists to go around along with his 12 points. It just wasn't enough. Bol even had 11 points in 9 minutes. It just wasn't enough for Denver. For the Utah Jazz, of course, big performances from the bench. Georges Niang would have 16 points as he went 6 for 9 in 16 minutes. Jordan Clarkson had 11. Going to the starters, first off, Rudy Gobert had a great game. He finished with 20. Their elite center finished with 24 points, 14 rebounds on the game. He shot 11 for 15. He had at least 20 points in the first half. I know that for sure. Donovan Mitchell, their elite shooting guard, would finish with 20 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist and a steal. He shot 5 for 13 from the field, 2 for 6 from the three-point line, and made 8 of his 9 free throws. And the big performance of the night would be their point guard, Mike Conley. He played 25 minutes. He finished with 27 points and 4 assists. He shot 9 for 13 from the field, 7 for 8 from the three-point line, and he made both of his free throws. And with this win, like I just said, the 6-seed Utah Jazz have now taken a 2-1 series lead over the 3-seed Denver Nuggets. Going on to the third game of the day, the third seed Boston Celtics were able to beat the Philadelphia 76ers 102-94 last night, and they now lead that series 3-0 after taking it to the last couple minutes of the fourth quarter and then just running away with it. For the Sixers, Joel Embiid, their elite center, would have a phenomenal game. He finished with 30 points, 13 rebounds as he shot 7 for 20 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3, and he made 14 of his 16 free throw attempts. Richardson and Milton would finish with 7 as well, but it just simply wouldn't be enough. For the Celtics, of course, Kemba Walker, their elite point guard, would finish with 24 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. He shot 10 for 20 from the field, 3 for 8 from 3, and he made his 1 free throw attempt of the day. Marcus Smart would add 14, Jaylen Brown with 21 points and 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Jason Tatum, their elite forward, would finish with 15 points, 6 rebounds, 4 blocks as he shot 6 for 19 from the field, 2 for 9 from 3, and he made one of his 2 free throw attempts. Like I said, Big win for Boston. Now they're one win away from clinching the series. And of course, the play of the game would probably be Jaylen Brown's go ahead and one, because they were down 94-92, and the Celtics basically scored 10 points, but Jaylen Brown's and one in transition with the foul would eventually give the Boston Celtics the win. And from then, they kept the 76ers from scoring, and that helped them get their third win of the series. And now they're up 3-0 after 3 games. And last but not least, going to the last game of the night, the Los Angeles Clippers, who are the 2 seed, were able to take a 2-1 series lead over the 7 seed Mavericks. Big win or big performance from Maverick shooting guard Tim Hardaway Jr. He finished with 22 points. He shot 9 for 19 from the field, added in 6 rebounds. Additionally, Seth Curry would add 22 points off the bench. He shot 9 for 11 from the field in 31 minutes. Kristaps Porzingis, the Mavericks power forward, finished with 34 points and 13 rebounds, shooting 11 for 18 from the field, 5 for 9 from three-point line, and he made all 7 of his free throws. Dallas Mavericks elite shooting guard Luka Doncic would finish with 13 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists in 29 minutes. He shot 4 for 14 from the field, 1 for 6 from the three-point line. He made 4 of his 10 free throw attempts, and he would leave the game in the third quarter with a left ankle sprain, and he's going to get an MRI. So far, we have not received that. So far, there haven't really been any results of the MRI. Going to the Clippers, just great all-around performance. Lou Williams had 10 off the bench. Montrezl Harrell had 13 off the bench. Paul George, their elite shooting guard, would finish with 11 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. He shot 3 for 16 from the field, 1 for 8 from 3, and made all 4 of his free throws, but they still got the win. Morris finished with 14. Ivica Zubac finished with 15. Landry Shamet finished with 18 points in this start. And the big performance of the night would go to Kawhi Leonard, reigning Finals MVP, by the way. He finished with 36 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and a block. He shot 13 for 24 from the field in 39 minutes. He went 1 for 4 from 3, and he made 9 of his 10 free throw attempts. With this win, the Los Angeles Clippers take a 2-1 series lead over the 7 seed Mavericks, and with Luka Doncic possibly facing like a broken or a possible bone break or a serious injury, it doesn't look like Dallas is really going to be in this one. Now, looking forward to what games to look forward to today. The Milwaukee Bucks and the Orlando Magic have their game 3 today. That series is tied up at 1. The Indiana Pacers will take on the Miami Heat at 3:30 on TNT, and the Heat currently lead that series 2-0. Following that series, the Houston Rockets are looking to take Game 3 as they currently lead the Thunder 2-0. And the last game of the night is going to be between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Portland Trailblazers, the 1-8 series that is currently tied at 1 win apiece. That's basketball right now. Just to give you a hint into what's going on in the WNBA bubble in Bradenton, Florida, especially with the games that went down last night. And I'll just let you know what to look forward to, especially with today's games. So, first off, the LA Sparks beat the Atlanta Dream 93-85 last night in overtime. Candace Parker led the way with 17 points and 9 rebounds. Additionally, the Dallas Wings beat the DC Mystics 101-92 behind Enrique Ogunbowale's 24 points and 9 assists. Maisha Hines-Allen would finish with 35 points and 12 rebounds, but the Mystics just couldn't get it done. Last game of the night, the Minnesota Lynx were able to best the Phoenix Mercury 90-80. Nafisa Collier finished with 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. Bria Hartley for the Mercury, would finish with 24 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists, as the Mercury now dropped to 6-7 on the season. Now, looking forward to what games to look forward to today. The Seattle Storm they're going to face off against the Vegas Aces on ABC, as those are 2 of the best teams in the West. Additionally, the Indiana Fever are going to take on the Chicago Sky on CBS Sports Network at 5, and right after that, the New York Liberty are going to take on the Connecticut Sun. As the Liberty look to try to win their second win of the season, with Sabrina Ionescu leading the way. That's WNBA. I'm going to jump into this hockey bubble. Just give you a hint. Just let you guys know what's going on, especially with the NHL bubble, especially right now, in terms of what games to look forward to, especially after yesterday. First off, the Philadelphia Flyers were able to beat the Montreal Canadiens 3-2, and now they advance to the next round. Great game from their goalie, Carter Hart, really leading the way, only allowing one goal. It was definitely what the Flyers needed, and as the number one seed, they're going to advance past the number 8 seed in 6 games. Additionally, the Vancouver Canucks were able to knock off the defending champion, the defending Stanley Cup champion, St. Louis Blues. They beat them 6-2 yesterday, of course, led by their goalie Markstrom and their center Tyler Mott. And now with this, they will go on and they will advance to the second round of the playoffs. And speaking of, the only game to look forward to today is going to be between the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche, as game one of the second round of the West, of the Western Conference semis, starts today on NBC. As many hockey fans look forward to this 2 versus 3 series, but it's the only game that's going to happen today, as there are 2 games tomorrow. And now moving out to Saturday baseball, here's what you missed yesterday on August 21st. In terms of Friday baseball. Starting out in D.C., the Miami Marlins were able to beat the Washington Nationals yesterday. Now they're above 500. They beat them 3-2. They scored all 3 of their runs in the second inning. And with this win, like I just said, the Marlins are now sitting at 10-9. The Nationals dropped to 9-13. Patrick Corbin would pick up his second loss of the season, as he struck out 9 and only allowed 3 runs in 6 innings pitched. Just for the Washington Nationals, their elite left fielder Juan Soto would go 0 for 3. Trey Turner would finish with an RBI on the day, as he hit his 5th home run of the season, and Gomes would hit his first home run of the season. But big win for the Nationals. Staying in the National League East, the NL East leading Atlanta Braves were able to get the best of the Phillies last night, as they beat them 11-2 off of a 4-run third and a 7-run 5th inning. First off, for the Phillies, Rhys Hoskins would finish 1 for 4. Realmuto would finish 2 for 3. Not that many big games for Philly. Aaron Nola would pick up his second loss, as he gave up 4 runs and he pitched 2.2 innings, the shortest start in his career. Max Fried would pick up the win for the Atlanta Braves, as he struck out 5 and only allowed 1 run in, like I just said, 5 innings. He's now 4-0 on the season for the Braves. Their elite first baseman, Freddie Freeman, finished 1 for 2 with 2 runs on the day, as he walked twice. Their catcher, Travis d'Arnaud, would finish 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs, as he hit his 4th home run of the season. Additionally, their designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna, would finish 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs and 2 runs, as Marcell Ozuna hit 2 home runs. He now has 7 on the season. And Atlanta Braves left fielder Christian Pache would finish 1 for 4. He struck out twice, but he would hit his first get his first hit of his career last night. Going out to Tampa for the American League East, the Tampa Bay Rays, who now lead the AL East over the Yankees, they lost to the Blue Jays yesterday 6-5 in extra innings. Big extra inning from Kevin Biggio, who would double to get them 1 run above, and then he would score off of a Lourdes Gurriel sacrifice fly to put him up 6-4, but eventually they would win 6-5. With this win, the Blue Jays are now 13-11, and the Rays now drop to 7-10. And going out to Baltimore, the Boston Red Sox were able to get the best of the Orioles. They are now sitting at 9-18. Big game from their third baseman, Rafael Devers, who finished 1 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a run, as Rafael Devers will go on to hit his 4th home run of the season. Additionally, Chavis would finish with 2 RBIs. JD Martinez would hit his 3rd homer of the season, as he finished with 2 RBIs and a run. Big win for the Boston Red Sox, and with this loss, the Baltimore Orioles are now 12-14. And as the Mets and the Yankees didn't play last night as a result of a possible COVID breakout for the Mets, they're not gonna play for a bit. Moving out to something you don't hear every day in the NL Central, the Pittsburgh Pirates actually got a win last night. They got their 5th win in 22 games last night, as they beat the Brewers 7-2. Big game from their left fielder, Brian Reynolds, who would finish the game 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs and 3 runs. That's not all 7 of the runs, but that's 6 of the 7 runs. Crazy game for him. He hit his 2nd home run of the season as well. With this win, the Pirates are now 5-7. The Brewers now fall to 11-13. And for the Brewers, their elite left fielder, Christian Yelich, would hit his 7th home run of the season in the 8th inning. He finished 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run. Of course, keeping it out in the NL Central, the St. Louis Cardinals hosted the Cincinnati Reds, and the Reds were able to get the best of the Redbirds. With this win, the Reds are now 11-13. I mean, for them, all of their RBIs would come from their pinch hitter Matt Davidson. He hit a grand slam in the sixth inning to give the Reds the lead and the eventual win. For the Red Sox, or for the Redbirds, I mean, Paul Goldschmidt would finish 1-for-3 with a walk. Matt Carpenter, their third baseman, would finish with an RBI, and Brad Miller would as well. Just big win for the Reds, and now the Cardinals are now sitting at 7-8, and like I said, the Reds are now 11-13. Jumping on to the last team of the NL Central, the NL Central leading Chicago Cubs got mollywopped at home in Wrigley by the White Sox yesterday. First off, Dallas Keuchel got the win. Big win for him. He only allowed 1 run, struck out 3 batters in 8 innings pitched. The White Sox would go on to hit 6 home runs in the game. First of all, big game from them all, but I'll go down the list. Their center fielder, Luis Robert, finished 1-for-4 with 2 RBIs and a run as he now has 6 home runs on the season. Their first baseman, Jose Abreu, would have an amazing game. He would finish 2-for-5 with 4 RBIs and 2 runs. He finished with 2 home runs. He now has 7 on the season. Mendick would hit his second home run. That would be the second for the second baseman. Yasmani Grandal would hit his second home run in the fourth as he finished 2-for-5 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs. And Eloy Jimenez, their left fielder, would finish 2-for-4 with an RBI and 2 runs. He now has 9 home runs on the season. And John Lester would pick up the losses. He allowed 8 runs in 3.2 innings. Like I said, big win for the White Sox. Now the White Sox are sitting at 16-11, and the Chicago Cubs are 16-9. Staying out in the American League Central, the Detroit Tigers were able to get the best of the Cleveland Indians yesterday, and now the Tigers are sitting at 5-14 after dropping 10 runs, like I just said. Their big performance will come from their third baseman, Isaac Paredes, who would finish 1-for-4 with 4 RBIs on the day. Like I said, big win for the Tigers. For the Cleveland Indians, their shortstop Francisco Lindor, would finish 2-for-5 with a run on the day. Franmil Reyes would finish with 2 RBIs as he went 1-for-4 on the day. Big win, like I said, for the Tigers, and with this loss, the Indians now drop to 16-10 on the season. And also jumping out to Kansas City, Danny Duffy was able to get his second win of the season as the Kansas City Royals topped the Minnesota Twins yesterday for their 11th win of the season. Whit Merrifield, their center fielder, would finish 2-for-3 with an RBI and a run. He finished with his 6th double of the season. Additionally, Soler would finish with 3 RBIs. He had his 6th home run of the season as he finished 1-for-3 with 3 RBIs and a run. For the Minnesota Twins, Nelson Cruz would finish 1-for-3 with a run. He'd still have a pretty good game. But the Royals, like I said, big win for them. They're now sitting at 11-15, and the Twins are now 17-10. Last but not least, jumping out to the West. Starting out in Seattle, the Seattle Mariners were able to get their 9th win of the season as they beat the Texas Rangers 7-4. Of course, big game from Seattle center fielder Kyle Lewis. He finished 1-for-2 with an RBI and 3 runs. He now has 6 home runs on the season. And then for Texas, big game from their center fielder, Scott Heineman. He would finish 2-for-3 with 2 RBIs as now the Rangers are sitting at 10-15. Going out to the other AL West matchup, the Oakland A's hosted the Los Angeles Angels, and now the Oakland A's are sitting at 19-8 after beating the Angels 5-3 yesterday. Simeon would hit his 4th home run of the season. Their elite third baseman Matt Chapman would finish 1-for-4 with a run on the day. Steven Piscotty, their right fielder, finished 2-for-4 with 3 RBIs. Big game for him. Looking at the Angels, their elite center fielder Mike Trout finished 1-for-4 with 2 RBIs. Fletcher finished 3-for-5. Their elite third baseman Anthony Rendon would finish 4-for-5 with 1 RBI on the day. Pujols went 1-for-5. And with this loss, the Angels are now 8-19, like I just said, in the American League West. Going out to that last team, the Houston Astros, they lost in San Diego to the Padres. Their win streak got cut short, and the San Diego Padres Grand Slam streak got cut short. First off, for the Astros, Lance McCullers Jr. would allow all 4 of the runs, but he played all 5. He played 5 innings. He didn't have a bad game. He played pretty well. Their elite second baseman Jose Altuve would finish 2-for-4 with a run on the day and a walk. Kyle Tucker would finish 1-for-2 with an RBI, and he walked twice as well. For the San Diego Padres, their elite designated hitter, Fernando Tatis Jr., would finish 1-for-3. He walked on the day. Manny Machado, their elite third baseman, would finish 2-for-3 with 2 RBIs and a run. And with this win, the San Diego Padres are now 16-12, and the Astros are now 15-11. Staying out in the NL West, the San Francisco Giants hosted the Arizona Diamondbacks at Candlestick Park, and they were able to get their 12th win of the season. Big game from their first baseman Flores. He hit his 7th home run of the season. Wilmer Flores went 2 for 3 for the day with 2 RBIs and 3 runs. Additionally, their third baseman Evan Longoria, who won the AL MVP a bit back. He finished 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run. Big game for the San Francisco Giants. They're now 12-16. With this loss, the Diamondbacks are now 13-14. Big win from San Francisco's starting pitcher, Logan Webb. He's now 2-2 on the season as he struck out 8 batters and only allowed 2 runs in 7 innings. And going out to the last game of the night, and of course the pitching performance, the Los Angeles Dodgers beat the Colorado Rockies 5-1 to be the MLB's first team to 20 wins. For the Colorado Rockies, not much going for them. I mean, Charlie Blackmon, their right fielder, would go 1 for 4 on the day. Nolan Arenado, their elite third baseman, would go 0 for 4. As for the Dodgers, their big performance would come from their pitcher, Walker Buehler, who has just earned his first win of the season. He's now 1-0 after 5 starts. He pitched 6 innings. He struck out 11 batters, only allowed 4 hits and 1 run. Great game for him, of course. For the Dodgers, their elite designated hitter, Cody Bellinger, would finish 2 for 3 with an RBI on the day. Big win for the Dodgers, and now with this loss, the Rockies are now sitting at 13-3. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of a glimpse in terms of what to look forward to for Saturday baseball before I get into the Champions League, because, of course, the Champions League is going on right now. But there's going to be a doubleheader between the Miami Marlins and the Washington Nationals today. One where the Nationals are going to play at home, and the second part that they're going to play in Nationals Park, but the Marlins are going to be the home team. Additionally, Dob Knack is going to try to get his 5th win of the season as the Twins take on Brady Singer. Additionally, Zach Wheeler is going to try to get his 4th win of the season as they face off against Erlin and the Atlanta Braves. Additionally, Kyle Hendricks is going to try to get his 4th win of the season as the White Sox take on the Cubs today. Dustin May looks to get his 2nd win of the season as the Dodgers take on Kyle Freeland in the Colorado Rockies. Brandon Belock is looking to get his 4th win of the season as the Astros take on the Padres to take on Zach Davies. And then, of course, looking out for the Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Francisco Giants is Tyler Anderson looks to get his first win of the season against the Diamondbacks. And with that all said, the only thing that's left to look forward to in terms of what's going on tomorrow, there's Champions League tomorrow, not today. But with that said, I appreciate you for listening to all 23 minutes of this. Once again, it is Saturday, August 22nd, 2020. This is The Elite. I'm James Sims. Thank you for hearing my piece. Peace out.